In the dense, shadowy forests of the Pacific Northwest, where the trees whispered ancient secrets and the air was thick with mystery, a solitary figure moved with surprising grace. Hidden from human eyes, a Bigfoot named Derek had been training diligently in martial arts. The forest was his sanctuary, but as summer approached, he could feel the impending invasion of humans who would flood the woods with their noisy presence. Derek was not like other Bigfoots. He had always been different, more introspective, more aware of the world beyond his forest home. While his kin preferred to remain hidden, Derek had a thirst for knowledge. Over the years, he had observed human activity from a distance, learning their ways and studying their behavior. One thing that had always fascinated him was their martial arts, the way they moved with purpose and control. He saw in it a way to protect his home from the intruding humans without resorting to violence. Derek's journey into martial arts began one crisp autumn evening when he stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin deep in the woods. Inside, he found dusty books and videotapes about various martial arts disciplines. Intrigued, Derek began to study them. He practiced the moves he saw in the videos, mimicking the stances and strikes of the martial artists. His large, powerful body moved with surprising agility as he trained, the forest his dojo, and the wildlife his silent spectators. Every morning, Derek would rise with the sun, his breath misting in the cool air. He started with meditation, sitting cross-legged on a moss-covered rock, his mind reaching out to the spirit of the forest. He felt the pulse of the earth beneath him, the rustling of leaves, and the distant calls of birds. This was his center, his calm before the storm. After meditation, Derek began his physical training. He practiced Tai Chi, moving slowly and deliberately, his massive arms cutting through the air with fluid grace. He transitioned into more dynamic forms of martial arts like karate and jiu-jitsu, his strikes powerful enough to fell a tree, his grapples capable of subduing even the largest of forest creatures. Derek's training was rigorous. He pushed himself to the limit, knowing that the peace of his forest depended on his ability to protect it. He would leap from tree to tree, honing his agility, and engage in mock battles with the wildlife, who seemed to understand his purpose and participated willingly. The bears and wolves, his erstwhile companions, became his sparring partners, testing his strength and resolve. As summer drew near, Derek's senses heightened. He could feel the vibrations of the approaching human activity. Campers, hikers, and tourists would soon flood the forests, disrupting the tranquility and posing a threat to the delicate balance of nature. Derek knew he had to be ready to defend his home. One evening, while meditating, Derek had a vision. He saw humans with their machines, cutting down trees and polluting the rivers. He saw animals fleeing in terror, their homes destroyed. And then he saw himself, standing as a guardian of the forest, using his martial arts skills to protect his home and drive the invaders away. This vision solidified his resolve. The summer solstice arrived, and with it came the humans. Derek watched from the shadows as they set up their camps and lit their fires. He observed their careless behavior, leaving trash and making loud noises that echoed through the forest. He knew it was time to act. Derek decided to make his presence known. He started by leaving subtle signs, rearranging rocks, and leaving footprints where the humans would find them. His intention was to scare them off, to make them believe that the forest was haunted or inhabited by something far more powerful than they could handle. When these warnings were ignored, Derek took a more direct approach. He began to disrupt their camps at night, moving silently through the shadows. He used his martial arts training to incapacitate their machines, dismantling chainsaws and disabling vehicles without causing harm to the humans. He wanted to protect his forest, not harm the invaders. One night, a particularly rowdy group of campers ventured deeper into the forest, disturbing the peace with their loud music and reckless behavior. Derek knew he had to confront them directly. As the humans gathered around their campfire, Derek emerged from the darkness, his massive form casting a long shadow over the campsite. The campers froze, their eyes wide with fear and disbelief. Derek stood tall and imposing, but he made no aggressive moves. Instead, he demonstrated his martial arts prowess, performing a series of intricate kata moves that left the humans awestruck. He moved with the grace of a dancer and the power of a warrior, his every motion a testament to his training and dedication. The leader of the campers, a burly man with a loud voice, stepped forward. "What are you?" he demanded, his voice trembling with a mix of fear and curiosity. Derek did not answer with words. Instead, he gestured towards the forest, then back at the campers, trying to convey his message. The forest was his home, and he would protect it at all costs. The campers, finally understanding the gravity of the situation, began to gather their belongings. Word spread quickly among the campers and hikers in the area about the mysterious guardian of the forest. Many left, frightened by the tales of the giant martial artist Bigfoot. Those who stayed respected the unspoken boundaries, keeping their distance and leaving no trace behind. Derek continued his vigilance, always ready to defend his home. Over time, he noticed a change. The humans who entered the forest did so with more respect and care, understanding that they were visitors in a land that belonged to a greater force of nature. Derek's efforts had not only protected the forest but had also instilled a sense of reverence in the hearts of the intruders. Years passed, and Derek's legend grew. The story of the Bigfoot martial artist who protected the forest became a local myth, passed down from generation to generation. Some said they had seen him, a shadowy figure moving with unmatched grace through the trees. Others claimed to have heard the echoes of his training in the early morning mist. Derek continued to train, knowing that vigilance was the price of peace. He remained the guardian of the forest, a silent protector who moved with the wind and struck with the force of nature itself. His martial arts training had given him the strength and discipline to defend his home, but it had also taught him the importance of balance and harmony. As the years went by, the forest flourished. The wildlife thrived, and the trees grew tall and strong. Derek's presence was felt in every rustling leaf and every gentle breeze. He was the spirit of the forest, a testament to the power of dedication, courage, and the unyielding desire to protect what one holds dear. And so, the legend of Derek, the Bigfoot martial artist, lived on, a symbol of the enduring bond between nature and those who vow to protect it.